Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me today. And today we're going to talk about personal brand. Yes, I want to talk about personal brand because you are your brand. And I have not covered this topic, but I think it's important to understand that whether you're working for yourself or for a company, it doesn't matter. You are the brand. Yeah, you have a product. Yes, you have a service. But in the end, you are an individual brand. Whether you're selling to a company, they see you, you are the brand. If you work for a company, and again, when you're talking to customers or you're seeing other businesses, you are the brand. You are the face of the company. And I want to talk about all aspects of branding of who you are. Let me ask you a question. Be honest. Be honest. Don't be afraid. Would you buy you? Would you buy you? In other words, do you like the brand you project? Or how about this question? Would you buy from you? What a question. Would you buy from you? If you could sell to yourself, that's a little hard. But if you could sell to yourself, would you buy from you? Do you buy yourself? In other words, look at how you present. Look at how you talk. Look at how you communicate. Look at what you put, let's say, for example, on social media. Would you buy from you? You know, when you look at your LinkedIn, profile, for example, look at your branding, everything from the header, from the picture you chose, to the descriptions of your background, your history, your job history. Would you buy from you? How about Twitter? How about Facebook? All these profiles should be consistent. This is part of your universal social brand. And again, it doesn't matter whether you sell directly for a company or you are the company. In other words, you have your own business. Your personal brand is always speaking for you. You are the walking differentiator because people in the end will buy you. Now, I've talked about this in the past. 20% of the population will always buy on price. The other 80% we're fighting for that business. And in many cases, you are the differentiator, which is why your brand is important. So let's dig in deeper. Now, let's talk about your brand. What does that really mean? Who are you? In other words, when you say you're going to do something, do you do it? When you say you're going to do something, do you do it? Do you keep your commitments? Because that's part of your brand. That's an element of your brand. When you make an appointment, do you show up on time? When you make an appointment for a meeting, do you show up on time? Because that also is an element of your brand. When you say to somebody, I'm going to get back to you with more information, or I'm going to follow up and send you more information, or I'm going to follow up and call you later on so we can discuss this, do you do it? Do you respond in time? Do you respond at all? Because this also is part of your brand. When you're putting a proposal together, when you're putting a presentation together, when you're putting any type of material together to present to a customer or a client or a prospect, do you worry about the details? Do you handle the details? Are you very careful about crafting that email, for example? When you send the email, do you proofread it? Do you double check it? Do you make sure the verbiage is correct? How do you handle the details? Right? Because that's important. That's also part of your brand. And this is part of the overall value you create. Because all these things, keeping commitments, showing up, and again, having a great work ethic, responding to people in time, handling the details, add all this up. And this is your brand. And this is what people see. And again, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to persuade other people, all these things have to be in line. They have to be in sync. They have to be moving in the right direction. This is part of your, we'll just call it your positive presence, who you are. This is about sales excellence. And sales excellence is a constellation of all these different things. And all these things add up to your brand. Because here are things that will undermine your brand. If you don't follow through, that will undermine your brand. If you lie, and maybe not lie directly, but maybe lie by omission because you didn't mention something, that will also undermine your brand. When you put together a presentation, when you send a proposal, even when you craft an email, if it has errors, in other words, it doesn't have the quality checks in there, that also will undermine your brand. And what you say, how you say it, how you speak to people, even through email or voice or over the phone, face to face, doesn't matter. That is also your brand. People will look at you and say, that's who this person is. Do I want to buy from this person? Do I want to do business with them? Because here's what people are looking for. I've already mentioned several things. They're looking for commitment, showing up on time, excellence in work, respond, handle the details, create that value. But also part of your branding is, are you an optimist? Are you that positive force? See, it's easy to go negative. In this environment today, it is so easy to go negative. Anybody can go negative. Going negative is the easiest thing in the world. Criticizing is the easiest thing in the world. Talking bad about something is the easiest thing in the world. The toughest thing is being optimistic, looking for the bright side, looking for the positive. That's what people are attracted to, and that should be part of your brand. Don't be the skeptic. Don't be the naysayer. Don't be that negative person that always has something bad to say or always puts a negative twist on it. Find ways to say, hey, let's turn this into a positive. What can we do? Instead of what's wrong, let's ask the question, what can we do? That is part of your branding. And again, how much effort are you putting into things? People notice effort. If you're putting in the effort, for example, let's say you're trying to close a deal and you're giving the customer all the information they're requiring. No matter what they ask for, you're giving them information. In fact, you're even giving them a little bit more. You're following through, giving them content, and people recognize that. People recognize effort. That is also part of your brand. Now, here's the big one. Everything I've said, all the above, but also keep this in mind. This is the big component, knowledge. Yes. That is a huge aspect of your brand. You need to know your business. You need to know your product. You need to know your service. You need to understand your market, but more importantly, you need to understand when you're selling the customer's business and the marketing environment in which they have to deal with. That right there is the big brand payoff. So if you can follow through, meet commitments, watch out for the details, and again, be a positive force, follow through, put in the effort, but more importantly, be that knowledgeable go-to person. That's what people want, and that is the brand of you. That is your brand, and that is going to help you close more deals easier because people want to deal with people like you. That's it for this Sales Influence podcast. Don't forget to leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. Let me know what you think. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, check out my new online sales training platform, the Sales Mastery Academy. 26 courses, 300 plus videos, my 13 books. And again, we got a new pricing scheme. You got to go check it out. I made it affordable so anybody can get on the platform. So if you're serious about increasing your sales ability, go to salesmasteryacademy.us. That's salesmasteryacademy.us. Lastly, I want to thank you for listening. This is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.